Evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Matilda Majawa with Times News. Our top stories: National Registration Bureau races against time to register all eligible individuals ahead of next year's general elections. Lack of refrigeration is reportedly frustrating investigations into a disease outbreak in Neno district. In other news, concerned retired civil servants threaten non-stop vigils at Capitol Hill over outstanding gratuities. We have these and other stories. Please stay with us. Top story tonight: the National Registration Bureau (NRB) races against time to register all eligible individuals with only 417 days before the country holds general elections next year. This comes as the Malawi Electoral Commission maintains that only those with national identity cards will be allowed to register to vote. MEC has officially launched the elections, but NRB Principal Secretary Mphatso Sambo sounds confident to meet deadlines. Kathy Maulidi explains from Lilongwe.
Sambo expressed optimism that the National Registration Bureau (NRB) will complete the registration process before voter registration commences in September.
Right now, be aware that we have registered over 75% of everyone in Malawi, the whole population. Out of this, we have registered over 100% of those who are above 16 years old, and most of these are eligible to participate in the voter registration. In short, we have targeted the whole estimated number, the whole estimated population according to the National Statistics Office.
Meanwhile, Gordon Matonga, chairperson of the Malawi chapter of the Media Institute of Southern Africa, MISA Malawi, reminded journalists of their crucial role during the election period.
It's very important now that the elections have been launched that our journalists are equipped with information on how they contribute to the elections. It's important that they should be aware about issues of disinformation, which are very pertinent nowadays when it comes to elections. The issues of disinformation can lead to a lot of conflict, can also lead to anarchy in a country if mismanaged. So journalists have a very important duty ensuring that they are verifying information, they are providing the oxygen of information to the public.
At the launch, Malawi Electoral Commission MEC chairperson Abale Ntalimanja assured that MEC is well prepared to oversee a free and fair election.
From now, we're going to be preparing for the voter registration. First, we'll start with a pilot voter registration just to test our EMDs, and then we're going to have the actual voter registration from 16 September 2024 all the way through to December. From then on, we're going to move. In the meanwhile, we're going to have the nomination fees, announcement of nomination fees. Then we'll migrate to inspection of the voter register, and then the activities as we have indicated in our calendar of events.
Malawians are scheduled to cast their votes on 16th September next year, with the campaign period expected to begin in July next year. During the launch, the Malawi Electoral Commission also unveiled a new election theme song replacing Vote ya Nzanga with Vote Yanu performed by Pixe.
Now, lack of refrigeration is reportedly frustrating effective investigations into the gastroenteritis outbreak in Neno district. The outbreak has this far killed 3 people and affected 290 others. From Neno, Blessings Tambala has a report read by Thomas Kachere.
Ministry of Health spokesperson Adrian Chikumbe says preliminary diagnosis results are showing the presence of intestinal bacteria, but he adds a viral cause is also suspected. Chikumbe says the ministry is conducting further viral analysis to find out the main cause of the disease. He admits lack of refrigeration necessary for storing samples at the temperatures below 20 degrees Celsius is hindering the investigation.
We have a challenge because this analysis requires that the sample get stored at a temperature minus 20 degrees Celsius, and we don't have that capacity in Neno, so we still discussing on how we move forward. Actually, tests like this take a bit of time because we need to grow the microorganisms through a process that we call culture. And so there is no fast forwarding.
Previously, health rights activist George Jobe had called for authorities' swift intervention to establish the cause of the disease.
Our expectation is that there should be quick surveillance to establish what disease it is, and the mode of also to establish mode of transmission, so that the transmission can be contained and the public is advised on the way forward. As that is happening, we also remember that previously Neno has suffered from typhoid fever, and it started as a strange disease. So studying the pattern, symptoms, and involvement of the disease to check if it is also related to typhoid fever as quickly as possible, or would be better, because we need speed response, but the response needs to first of all identify what disease it is.
The outbreak has symptoms resembling someone suffering from malaria, but health authorities say none has been diagnosed with the disease.
And Mzuzu Central Hospital Director General Dr. John Chipolombwe has asked the government and development partners to consider financing the project of expanding the facility, saying the current capacity is small. Opened in 2000, the facility targeted a small population but has seen a tremendous increase, eventually causing congestion, among others. From Mzuzu, Sam Kalimira reports.
Chipolombwe was speaking when Bliss GVS Pharma Limited, an Indian-based drug manufacturing company, donated drugs and medical supplies worth 30 million kwacha to help boost drug stocks at the referral facility. He said the hospital already has enough land for more structures, saying the current situation needs serious attention.
If it was we had enough, we could not be saying we are happy with the donation. Yeah, because we as a government, we are trying as much as possible to supplement, to give, but the populations are going up. Yeah, the demand is big, and when a partner is coming to say, "Oh, want to relieve you," it's worth it to say thank you.
He further appealed to well-wishers to always consult the hospital's management when they want to provide support, saying this would help to bring the most needed support. Speaking after the donation, Bliss GVS Pharma Limited Company's country manager, Visho Ro, said they decided to support the facility, looking at the importance of drugs in as far as health service delivery is concerned. Gift Machisao is the company's marketing manager for the northern region.
I used to come here at Nzuzu Central Hospital to interact with the health workers and facility officials. So during my visits here, there is a need of medicines at Nzuzu Central Hospital. That's why today we are here donating these medicines.
Bliss GVS Pharma Limited recently also donated drugs at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital in Blantyre and Kamu Central Hospital in Lilongwe. Mzuzu Central Hospital receives patients from 6 district hospitals in the northern region.
Still on the health front, there is hope for improved health care delivery among women, children and adolescents following the launch of the Malawi Digital Advocacy Hub. Ministry of Health and Amref Health Africa have launched the initiative. Director of Reproductive Health Dolini Ali says the platform will provide access to critical information about health. Blenda Kayo has more in this report, read by Fali Banda.
Ali says the hub will give all information on how the country is committing its support towards women, children and adolescents, and how the country is progressing in its commitment.
This digital hub, we have collected or put in place all the commitments together in that tool so that we'll be able to be tracking where we are going.
AMREF Country Director Hester Kwimba Nyasulu says the hub has been created to track all information on how the government is performing and progressing on its commitment towards health services delivery in the country.
As AMREF Health Africa, we are excited that we have supported Ministry of Health to develop an advocacy hub, a digital hub where we'll be tracking all the commitments regarding women, children and adolescents. This hub is open to everyone, the public, media, practitioners, and also the general public out there, even somebody in the community, where they'll be having access to see what are the commitments that government has made.
Health Committee of Parliament Chairperson Matthews Ngwale acknowledged government for the initiative, saying the hub has the potential to transform the lives of thousands of women and girls in the country.
We were having problems before to know what the commitments were made. We didn't know. There are too many of them, and we couldn't follow. But this hub will make life easier because at the press of a button, we'll have a list of commitments. We'll have information about those commitments. And we'll also know what is being done about those commitments. We'll be able to ask the government as to what are they doing about certain of those commitments, how far they've gone.
The digital hub has been developed with support from Partnership for Maternal and Child Health.
The mortality rate in the country's correctional facilities declined between January 2023 and July this year. Officials says 31 deaths were recorded, a drop from the 37 deaths recorded during the same period the previous year. Pempero Malimba has the details.
National Prison spokesperson Chimameshawa has attributed the decline to well-managed health sections which receive support from district health offices.
This decline is attributed to our well-managed health section, which is supported by the district health offices and other key stakeholders who provide quality health services in our prisons. And we are ensuring that most prisons have clinics, and where they don't, the DHOs provide mobile clinic service.
He also said the number of inmates who escape has reduced. He said between January 2023 and July 2024, they recorded 27 cases, which is below the standard of 30 cases per 10,000 inmates per year. Commenting on the development, Center for Human Rights Education Advice and Assistance Executive Director Victor Muhango said the developments are a step in the right direction.
I'd like to say that they need to have someone who is a specialist in dental and also psychiatrics so that they can go to prison and check on the conditions of the prisoners. So this should be adhered to. So if you can do this, maybe we can do much better.
He, however, commended the government of Malawi for increasing the workforce in the country's prisons, which he feels has helped in the reduction of number of inmates who escape from prisons. As of August 1, 2024, there were 14,300 inmates in the country's prisons.
You're watching news on Times TV. We'll be back shortly after the break.
You love food, and then suddenly felt the burn. Don't let heartburn or indigestion ruin your meal. Try Tummy Sid. It gets to work fast to stop acids. Tummy Sid. Fast, soothing relief from heartburn.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know?
Welcome back. Still in the news, some concerned retired civil servants have warned of non-stop vigils at Capitol Hill in Lilongwe as they demand for outstanding gratuities dating back to 2023 and beyond. They have since given the government 60 days to pay their gratuities. A group of the civil servants also demand that the gratuity be worked out again according to the current Reserve Bank rate. Publicity Secretary Ben Mitoshi has told journalists in Blantyre that thousands of civil servants who retired from service are living in poverty due to the government's delays.
The pensioners are suffering so much. They are suffering so much. Things are not all right on the ground. So we're saying within 60 days, which is 2 months, government should fund the Accountant General and pay off all the gratuities of those all those who are not paid. But added on to that, we want recalculation of the gratuities because there's been devaluation and it has affected the gratuities heavily, and we need recalculation so that the devaluation is taken into account and they should receive more than they were supposed to receive 2 or 3 years ago. And failing which, as we said, we are going to do non-stop vigils with all our dependents at Capitol Hill. And we're also going to name and shame those who we know are not doing their job because of some corrupt activities that are rampant there.
Recently, the government of Malawi revealed it was borrowing about 100 billion kwacha to settle the outstanding gratuities, but it is yet to respond on the fresh calls. Malawi Union Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church has asked the youth to live responsible lives. The union's Health Ministry Director, Dr. Alfred Chitsabanda, stressed this at the youth conference in Lilongwe. Blessings Mpinganjira reports.
Speaking during the conference, Chitsabanda said young people have the potential to develop the country and contribute to the Malawi 2063, but he said there is need to invest in them. He added it is the responsibility of the church to play a leading role to ensure young people are shaped into responsible citizens.
The church actually is made up of people. We would like to have young people who actually have habits and they can actually develop into useful citizens in the country, useful citizens even in the church. These young people are the ones who are going to build the church in future. So it is important for us to make sure that they have the right habits, they actually have the right knowledge to help them become good citizens and useful citizens indeed.
One of the participants, 14-year-old Amanda Masuku, said the conference has been a success as it has equipped her with knowledge.
I think it's really good. It helps with the development of a child because, you know, at this time, most children get lost in who they want to be and who they are. So this program really helps us know where we stand.
The conference has attracted over 300 youth from all Seventh-day Adventist churches in Malawi.
Medical Aid Society of Malawi Mazim Med Clinics Board Chairperson Andrex Kalinde has underscored the significance of collaboration in the health sector for improved service delivery. He was speaking when the company launched a new clinic along the Massaoko-Chipembere Highway at Clistwick in Blantyre. The clinic will be offering general medical services, pharmacy and dental services. Kalinde speaks to our reporter, Gift Sidima.
One of the areas which we have to support government is to bring in these facilities. And as we are aware, we are already in Kanjeza, we are in Zomba, we are in Lirongwe, Lingaza and Area 12, and we are up north in Nzuzu in Katoto. Now, this adds more to what is there. And we haven't stopped there because we are in the process of bringing in other Mediclinic facilities for healthcare. But most important is the equipment which we have brought here. It's indeed expensive equipment, modern equipment to match our environment and the health issues in the country.
Dr. James Misiri is a medical director at Mazim.
This is one of the clinics that has been placed in a highly density area where there's a lot of traffic, but also it's very easily accessible to the population of Malawi. So at Mazim we're trying to offer the whole spectrum of care, right from preventing disease occurrence, making sure that the population of Malawi is fit, but also whenever they are sick, they should be able to have access to healthcare services as well as ambulance services. So we're trying to make sure that we provide the whole package of healthcare in Malawi.
On business front, Standard Bank has supported the National Construction Industry Council with 15 million kwacha for its upcoming National Construction Conference. The conference is scheduled for August 7 to 9. Blenda Kayo with a report.
Speaking on Friday during the handover ceremony in Lilongwe, head of business and commercial banking at Standard Bank, Graham Shibande, said the funds are meant to help in organization of the conference. Shibande said the funding resonates well with the bank's core purpose, which seeks to see growth of Malawi in all sectors, be it in infrastructure, mining, agriculture, and more.
When we talk about building the nation, it literally starts with building, and infrastructure plays a key role in all the three areas that we've identified, be it in agriculture, tourism, mining, or manufacturing even. The role of the construction industry in making sure that we've got safe buildings, sustainable infrastructure, but also quality infrastructure that's able to withstand climate shocks, the use, but even can last us many years into the future, because these are public investments.
Chief Executive Officer for NCIC, Engineer Gerard Konje, hailed Standard Bank for the support. He said the fund is a great milestone to the development of the country, saying it will support the construction industry. He added that the conference will provide opportunity for investment infrastructure development.
This boost is an indicator of greater things, because we are looking at a very big infrastructure deficit in Malawi, as well as in many African countries. For a country to develop, we need infrastructure. And I'm glad that Standard Bank is committed to driving Malawi's growth.
The conference is expected to cost 100 million kwacha, and it will be held under the theme Innovative, Adapt and Excel, a quality-driven construction industry.
That's the news, but before we go, the headlines again. National Registration Bureau races against time to register all eligible individuals ahead of next year's general elections. Lack of refrigeration is reportedly frustrating investigations into a disease outbreak in Neno district. In other news, concerned retired civil servants threaten non-stop vigils at Capitol Hill over outstanding gratuities. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting times.mw, liking and following our Facebook page, Times 360 Malawi, X at Times 360 Malawi, and by subscribing to 1895 by dialing star 1895 #. I'm Matilda Majawa. Good evening.